Coming up today on Homemade Live.
We're celebrating our sweetest memories and making some new ones too.
I've been training for this day forever.
I'll be making my great-grandma's famous lemon bars.
They were a big hit.
Obviously. And we have a sweet surprise for my grandma.
And let's make a sweet memory right now.
Plus, podcast duo and real-life couple Carla Marie and Anthony are here.
That's awesome.
We're making milkshakes with a kick.
I'm gonna stand back, but yeah. Let's do this.
It's all coming up right now.
On Homemade Live.
Hey, I'm Joel, a dad, husband, and sustainable chef in Seattle, Washington. I believe the best ingredient on earth isn't what's on the plate, it's actually what's around the plate. The people, the places, the stories. That's what inspired Homemade Live. Each week we go live from our kitchen in front of a studio audience with famous friends. We share food memories and recreate them on the spot. Welcome to Homemade Live.
Funding for Homemade Live is made possible by
the American Diabetes Association has been here for more than 80 years.
But we don't want to exist.
We don't want diabetes to overtake us.
To rob us.
To break us.
So we're standing tall.
Rallying for affordable care.
Lifting up people in need.
And seeking a cure through research.
So we can help end diabetes for good.
Someday you won't need us.
Until then,
we fight.
Fourth and Heart Ghee Butter, a non-GMO lactose-free alternative to butter and cooking oils made from grass-fed and pasture-raised cows.
Oh yeah. I'm feeling it today. Thank you. Oh, I'm feeling so good. Today's theme is a really good one. It's a nice one. It's about sweet memories. Grandmas know how to bake, and my great-grandma was so much like that. We called her Grandma Buzzy, which is not like the cutest name. We'll get into why we called her Grandma Buzzy, but she would make these lemon bars. We'd have them at everything. We'd have them at graduations, we'd have them at bar mitzvahs, we'd have them at funerals, we'd have them every time we gathered. It wasn't a gathering without her lemon bars. And so for this first recipe in Sweet Memories, I'm gonna redo the lemon bar, kind of my way, try not to piss off my family too much, but we'll try. Here it is, Grandma Buzzy's lemon bars. I cannot dive into this. I will not dive into this without getting a little closer to Grandma Buzzy, and you can't get much closer to her than her daughter, my grandma, sitting right here. Give it up for Lois. So I call her Nanny. So Nanny, why did we call her Grandma Buzzy?
She was always busy doing many, many things. And somehow, Buzzy just kind of slid into busy. And that was it, and then it just stayed that way.
She, totally, and I always thought it was because she buzzed around like a bee. She was like one of those grandmas, I don't know if you guys have ever had, where she always sounds like she's behind you. You know, I'm always like, whoa. Like she's always like, you know, there's some schmutz on your thing, or don't lean back on your chair. She's like, just whispers behind you. Kind of creepy, but that was her way. She was always looking after you in such a great way and just always had everyone's back. And she would make these lemon bars and they'd just be the best. Don't you think, Nanny? They would just cap off any meal.
They're great.
They're great. When was the first time you had anything?
I think as a teenager,
Yeah.
she did them for a bake-off at the school.
Nice. At school?
Yeah,
That's
they
so-
were a big hit.
Obviously. They lasted generations. All right. Well, I'm going to try and do it justice. Again, I'm a little bit nervous because I've got family here, especially like that close to home, but we'll try and do it. So the first step to these lemon bars is like this beautiful shortbread cookie crust, which just disintegrates on your tongue. And in order to make this crust, you need a lot of butter, people. You need a lot of butter. So this is sort of chilled, a little bit soft, and then we've got some flour, some other dry ingredients in here, a little bit of baking soda, a little bit of sugar, and you just want to like let it rip, right? You don't want to just pulse like a lot of other things. You want to just let that come together, right? And the machine will start talking to you. It sounds one way right now, and in about 30 seconds, it's going to sound completely different. It's almost going to sound like it broke or something like that. When the machine sounds like it's broken, you're doing the right thing, all right? While that's happening, I have a sheet tray with parchment paper on it, and it's really important to kind of have this lip. Uh-oh. You guys hear this? It's talking to me, baby. It's telling me that cookie is done. Look at it. Like magically, it's literally come together. And again, oh yeah, it's starting to, the worse it sounds, the better it is. And this is perfect. All right, so we open this up. Always take out that blade. Oh, look at this. I'm a cookie dough guy. I just want to stuff this in my pocket and like go watch a rom-com or something. Like that is so my vibe. So you kind of gather up this dough and you take it to this sheet right here and you kind of just put it in here and you just want to start kind of pressing this in, right? And the key here, there's a couple of cool tricks here. One is if you have like a small glass or something like that, you can actually kind of really use it to kind of get to the edges. I like using the bottom of the glass. You can also just use your thumb and kind of press it up, but you do want to kind of build a lip. That's really important. Actually, Grandma Buzzy taught me that because it kind of cradles the lemon curd. So that's really, really important. You kind of press this all out and it looks beautiful. And then you bake it for 15 minutes at 350 degrees and it comes out looking like this. I think that looks good. I'm into it. So that's that. You kind of let that cool, and now it's all about the curd. And people get intimidated by lemon curd. So there's a decent amount of sugar. I don't know what they were serving in the 50s, but that bake sale was a hit for a reason. And then lots of fresh lemon juice. This is not, you know when you see those things that look like little water balloons filled with lemon juice? You will taste the difference. So fresh lemon juice, fresh lemon zest, a little bit of salt, lots of eggs. We've got about 6 eggs here, and then some flour. And it really doesn't matter what order. Now this is one thing I'm changing. I'm a little bit nervous to do this. This is fresh vanilla. Her recipe called for vanilla extract, but 1 vanilla bean can change your cookies, your pies, your cakes. It's just incredible. So you just lay this on the counter. I grab a paring knife, and you just kind of split it down the middle like this. Yep, and then you kind of open it like this. And they're kind of expensive, but for me, they're so worth it. And you kind of scrape out the seeds. Oh my gosh, I wish, I'm gonna pass this around. I'm gonna just throw this to the back. Brady, catch, there you go. Just this little bit will just change the total dynamic of these. And then the pods itself, once you scrape them clean, right? Put this in your favorite rum, tuck this into your sugar, and the whole rum or the whole sugar will taste like vanilla rum or vanilla sugar. And let me just say, both of those things in your coffee is not a bad thing. Those are really good. So I just kind of whisk this up, and you want to get it nice and smooth. This, to me, smells like childhood. And then you just literally take this whole thing, and you pour it over the crust, okay? Just like this. You don't have to do anything fancy. You can see little flecks. Is that perfect? She just said it was perfect. I'm gonna cry. That's the biggest compliment. All right. Now you bake this for about 30 minutes at 350 degrees, and it comes out, oh, come on, I know. I look at that, looking like this. So she would always put a little powdered sugar over the top. Right? And then when you slice it, you can slice them thick, you can slice them thin, but we always kind of had these squares. And then Nanny, you were telling me she had like these little doilies.
She didn't want any of them to stick together.
Yeah.
So she put them in a little wrapper.
Yeah, a little
like
cupcake wrapper.
Like a cupcake, only smaller. And
Well,
that way they wouldn't stick together when she was going to serve them.
I think it's genius, but I'm a little nervous for this moment, but do you want to try? No, you don't smell it, you got to eat it.
I'm eating
Yeah, you eat it. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Tell us if you think it kind of holds up. It's okay if it doesn't.
Divine.
Really? I love it. You guys, that is our first bite. We want to hear about your favorite homemade recipes, so check this out.
Hi Joel, my name is Lindsay and I'm from Palm City, Florida. One of my fondest memories growing up is baking pumpkin bread with my grandmother. This recipe has been in my family for generations, and for whatever reason, I'm the only one who comes close to making it as well as she did. Let me show you what it looks like when it comes out of the oven. Smells and looks delicious.
I love it. It's all about sweet memories today. And I've already impressed my grandma, which is like big check off that list. We're so excited for our guests. These are radio show host legends. They're amazing. They're actually Seattle locals now too. Incredible. They host The Morning Show. Give it up for Carla Marie and Anthony.
I don't know how you talk and cook. Like, I am constantly like, no one can talk to me. I gotta do measurements. I'm asking my Google Hub what 2/3 cup is ounces every day. Like, that was.
It's a little bit like, you know, doing the patting of the tummy. I get it. So, real quick, what's the relationship here? What's going on here?
Where do I start? Well, we met working in radio in New York.
Yes.
When we were like just started in radio.
And you guys were on like a big show.
Yeah, Elvis Duran in the Morning Show. We did that, started a podcast while we were there, landed our own morning show here, so moved from New York City to Seattle.
Yes, we got them.
That was fun. Then in 2020, we pivoted to streaming on Twitch, and we also started hosting the Morning Show podcast.
Yes.
And somewhere along that line, we started dating also.
Is that crazy for your fans and for everyone? Was everyone like, like what was the reaction?
For years, people thought we were dating. Like long before we ever dated. Even when we were dating other people, people thought we were dating. So it was definitely a shock to a lot of people, but a lot of people saw it coming as well.
First of all, do either one of you cook, or who's the better cook?
He can hard boil eggs. That's it.
That's legit. That's legit.
But no, I am the better cook. But again, in this situation, I'm not like better by much.
Today is all about sweet memories.
Yes.
So I know for you, Anthony, there was like an ice cream memory. What's that all about?
So my grandmother was always baking and cooking, but the weird thing is, the one thing I remember is there wasn't a day in my life that I went to my grandmother's house that she didn't have Rocky Road ice cream in the freezer. That was the one thing she knew all of her grandkids loved. So there was never a day that it wasn't in her house.
That is just like straight grandma. Like
that's my childhood. That's my memory with my grandma revolves around Rocky Road ice cream.
I love it. And then how about you, Carla Marie?
Same thing, but my grandma never really baked because I feel like there was so much cooking going on that we really did just have the ice cream because it was like, I just did all of this for you. I'm not baking. It's in the freezer.
Yeah.
Go
That's what's
eat
there.
it.
Yeah.
So I attempted Thanksgiving during COVID because we weren't going anywhere. I was like, I'm gonna make cookies. We actually live streamed this, and this guy apparently has never baked before and kept opening the oven.
How else are you gonna know what's in there?
But he's telling me.
How else are you gonna know what's in there?
You don't open a woman's oven. You don't do that.
I'm like, you're gonna ruin it. He's like, what do you mean you can't ruin it? I'm like, he did not understand. Cookies got ruined. He still blamed me, but we were eating them, and they were so dry.
And coughed up sand.
And
That's
then
how bad it was.
coughed it into my face.
I feel like a therapist right now. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, like
You wanna join our show?
A cooking therapist.
Yes.
We wanted to make a sweet memory that kind of took both those things. We took the Rocky Road idea. We're inspired by that. We're inspired by these very sandy cookies, and we're gonna make this ice cream fluff cake.
Yay!
Okay. I actually think you guys can rock this out. Like, I really do. So,
More than I do.
The first thing is, there is a cookie out there called a Sandy. Does anyone yeah, you've heard about it?
That's what I was trying to make.
Yeah, they're actually pretty sandy.
Okay.
If you put this in your mouth, it will bring it right back to the beach for you, buddy.
Okay.
And so what I want to do is...
I thought we were doing good memories.
Yeah, exactly. So, Carla Marie, come in here.
Okay.
We have some melted butter. Just kind of pour that in.
Into
you might want to spoon that out.
Okay.
And then you just kind of mix that together. That, by the way, is like one of the best smells on planet Earth. You just mix it up, and that's it. That's the crust. I feel like we can all do that. We can mix butter into cookies, yes?
I mean, maybe.
Yes. Anyone know what this is called in the relationship?
A pan?
Pan.
Okay. Anyone in the audience? Yeah. A spring form pan. Yeah. It's really great for ice cream cake because it kind of releases and opens it up. So the first thing I want you to do is, Carla Marie, you could just dump that in there, right? And then just kind of press that in with your fingers and just get in there. So then what I want Anthony to do is, once that's kind of crushed on the bottom, that looks great, Carla Marie.
Okay.
Anthony, you've got soft chocolate ice cream.
Okay.
Your favorite brand. Go to the grocery store, sit it out for like an hour. And then I want you to pour that on top and just kind of glob it on there.
That seems easy enough.
Yeah, you can
I'm
do
sure
that.
I'll mess it up, but it seems pretty
You will
easy.
not mess that up. What do you guys do on the morning show?
So the Morning Show podcast is...
I told you.
Oh my, what is happening over here?
We can't talk and do this at the same time. So it's actually not, it's wherever you can get your podcast. So you can like open your phone right now and find today's episode there. And we do it Monday through Friday, new episode. Everything is under 25 minutes and it's everything you need to start your day.
I love it. I love it. You can lick that. You can lick that. Your hands, whatever you want. Lick it all.
All right, I'm just gonna leave it.
You have what looks like a disaster. It's not. You guys are doing great.
Okay.
So, yeah, okay, great. Now we've got some hot fudge. Carla Marie, you hit that, and this is where the Rocky Road comes in. I don't know if you guys know, Rocky Road is marshmallow, chocolate, and then some sort of nut. So we've got pecans. So here you go, my man. I will let you bring the
Just
Rocky
dump
Road
it in?
Dump it in. Yep, beautiful.
And just
Beautiful.
sprinkle
Dump
it.
That's
A
it.
little bit of that. There we go. Look
Right?
how good I am at this.
You're doing really good. You spread that out. And then if you want, you just do another layer of ice cream, and then you throw this entire thing in the freezer.
That's it?
That's it. Okay?
That's the whole thing.
Well, you'll see.
Oh,
you
okay.
will see. So then it's frozen, and this one is just like very frozen. And I will let one of you, maybe Anthony, just
He's
release
got
the
bigger
valve.
muscle.
Let's see, baby.
And I
Yeah,
just
and look
pull
how
it
that
off?
just comes out. Give it up for Anthony. Right?
That's awesome.
Thank you. My work here is done.
So I'm gonna hold this up. I wanna make sure you can see it. I know, this is a slippery, slidey one. Do you guys see that layer of chocolate in the middle?
That's cool.
Dude, that is where it's at. That's incredible. So, what did I say was the third ingredient in Rocky Road? There's nuts, chocolate, and
Marshmallow.
good memory. So we're called homemade people. We have to make our own marshmallow, and it's really easy to do.
Okay.
I don't believe you.
Yeah.
It's so you put everything in a mixer. You kind of heat it up first. You put everything in a mixer. It's a little bit of egg whites, a little bit of corn syrup, and you whip it up till it's really thick, and then you just take it off like this, right? And when it's really thick, you should be able to hold it above your head without it
Try
coming
it.
out. Oh, you're gonna try it. So why don't you hold it over Carla Marie's house? I'm gonna stand back, but yeah. Let's do this.
Are you sure?
I don't know if I'm sure. That's so terrifying.
That was really tempting.
I know,
I'm just gonna
I know,
say,
I know.
that was.
A lot of relationship angst right there. So then what you just do is have fun with it. So Carla Marie, I'll just give you this, but you just kind of start plopping
Okay.
this fluff everywhere,
And just
right?
plop, or do you
plop,
like?
plop, just make a mess.
All right.
Right now, first of all, speaking of a mess, and this is not a knock, I know you're
Oh,
both
I'm a
from
mess.
Jersey. Do you guys miss it? Like,
All the time, every day.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
Jersey is a unique place. Like,
Totally.
if you watch the Jersey Shore, there are people like that in New Jersey. There's a lot
they're
of them.
real. They
Well,
really
we have a
exist.
little
Yeah,
bit.
They
We have a
exist.
little bit in us too.
But it's such a multicultural place.
Yes.
Right? Like Carla Marie's family is Italian, my family is Middle Eastern. There's basically anything, any type of food you want to have, you can find a great local family-owned place in New Jersey. That's kind of the beauty of it.
So growing up with Middle Eastern family, what
Yeah.
would you guys have on the table?
Oh man, milchia is a dish.
Milchia?
Milchia.
As a Jewish boy, I can say that pretty good. Milchia.
Yeah,
You just
it's
gotta
not-
pretend like there's popcorn lodged right here. Yeah.
You have basically like chopped up, they look like grape leaves.
Yeah.
It's over rice. It's got some chicken in there, some onions, some chicken broth stock in there as well. So it's a really great dish. And then for desserts, baklava, that way, which is also like a dessert that we have all the time.
I love it. How about you, Carla Marie?
It would be macaroni and meatballs.
We just
Gravy.
went to the other side of the spectrum. I love it. Macaroni and meatballs, so like
Yeah.
Italian family.
Yeah, but gravy, not sauce, because there's
Oh, you
meat
call
in
it
it.
gravy. Okay.
Just
What is the difference?
Prosciutto, moots, the whole
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
Gabagool.
Gabagool, gabagool.
Mozzarella.
Mozzarella, I love it.
Yeah, all that stuff.
All right, well, you just kind of spread this through it, and you did such a good job,
I
honestly.
wasn't sure if it was.
No, you just did great. And you
solid.
kind of create little peaks like this is kind of fun. And then, I don't know, have you ever used one of these?
Yes, so fun.
What?
Yes?
You should really think
Yeah,
about
I
this.
think, well, it's a marshmallow. I thought we would toast it. So just
Yes.
give it a little
Okay.
toast. Yeah.
And that's it. Just,
That's it. Yeah.
All right.
You're crushing it.
Yeah. He just wanted to flex.
Yeah. Get in there a little closer, Look at that. It's really easy to make this stuff look good. I mean, if you have a little bit of that extra cookie crumble, the sandy bit that we mixed with, just a little bit over the top, just kind of
smells
brings
so
it
good,
together. And then, Carla Marie, you want to hold that up so everyone can see without letting it flop. I know you can do it. Yes! That looks pretty darn good.
Yeah.
That looks pretty darn good. All right, this is the part of the show. We have 3 very burning questions. We call it quick bites. Quick bites. All right. So, weirdest thing you've ever eaten. We'll start with you, Anthony. I guess.
Ooh, I was in Taiwan
Okay.
and I had a fish eyeball.
Just an eyeball.
Just the eyeball. And it was kind of like a challenge type thing as well. We had the whole fish, but they always wanted to see, the restaurant always asked if anyone wanted the eyeball, and I was the one that took it.
I like how you said you took the eyeball.
it.
I just took it. You just kind of
Didn't eat
like,
it, you just took
Yeah.
it, like a pill. Okay.
basically.
Was it good?
no.
Sounds great. Okay.
at all.
How about you, Carla Marie?
Same trip, Taiwan. I tried jellyfish, and that was
Oh.
like not a dare. That was like what we were eating.
And what'd you think?
It's just a very odd texture. I mean, it was cooked,
Yeah,
obviously,
yeah.
but it was
Just-
like very, you would imagine like gooey, but not, like you can't really chew it.
Okay, just let that one slide down. Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. All right, next up, close your eyes real quick. Best thing you've ever eaten, and we'll start with Carla Marie.
There's a restaurant in Vail, like on the mountain.
Same thing.
Really? Fall line, I think it's called. Tomahawk steak. Like,
it was the best steak I've ever had.
it melted in your mouth. And they even did like the Salt Bay when they brought it
Really?
out to us. So
I
that
think
made it
we're playing
better.
The newlywed game. You guys were like same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing. Yeah, yeah. Was that the same one for you?
Yeah.
We talk about it. We talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
I love a tomahawk steak. All right.
good.
So last question. I don't want to start up like a little relationship rough. I just want to know legit. We're not going to argue.
Okay.
We're on PBS, people. Okay. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No. It is not a sandwich.
We'll hear
And
Anthony
I'll tell
first.
you why.
Yeah.
Because the bread is connected on the bottom. A sandwich is 2 pieces of bread, meat in the middle. A hot dog, if anything, is more like a taco.
No, stop it. A sandwich is just bread with something in between it. So it's a sandwich.
No.
That's like if you go somewhere and they don't cut your
Damn.
sandwich all the way through, then it's not a sandwich out of nowhere.
Yeah. All right. Real quick.
Yes.
Carla Marie, you're a part of a cookbook club?
Yeah, so my friends and I started this thing called Cookbook Club. Whoever's gonna host that month chooses a cookbook. And then you pick a bunch of recipes and everyone has to make those recipes from the book. And then we all get together and eat all of the food.
That's super cute.
Yeah, you could pre-make it or we like to choose chaos and all 5 of us are just cooking in the kitchen at the same time. But we actually had this month's last night and we used a cookbook, I don't know if you've heard of it, it's called Cooking Scrappy.
My cookbook. Wait, what? Really?
Yeah.
You did not?
I made the chuck steak with the carrot top salsa verde.
Oh my gosh, what?
Yes.
Guys, I'm like blushing. Did
It's
people
so
like it?
Yes,
It was all very
Oh
good.
yeah, he also
you're
got
there in the cookbook
no,
club?
I show up.
Okay.
he picked some food, but whole cauliflower gratin.
Yeah.
That fan favorite. All of us voted that was the best one.
Oh my God.
Good job.
I'm so flattered.
Good job.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, that was so cute. We like to cap every episode at Homemade Live with just a little something to toast with. So we're gonna, in honor of sweet memories, we thought, let's make some bourbon milkshakes.
Love it. Love
Yeah. This is not gonna suck. I'll tell you that right now. So you grab a blender. Carla Marie, just go with all that ice cream, or at least most of it. Yeah.
Ooh, cool
Yeah.
spoon.
There you go. Right in there. Yeah. And then we want to measure out our bourbon. It's about 1.5 ounces. Oh, you really went with all
You
of it.
said
Yeah,
all
I
of
did.
it.
So we're doing 3 portions. So we're going to do 3 1.5 ounce measurements of the best bourbon you can find. That's going right in there. You would never think to add bourbon to a milkshake, but I'm telling you guys, delicious. You're into it? Yeah. My nanny just said she's in. Yeah. She's ready. I got a little maple syrup.
Go ahead.
You want to do it? And let's go with like half. Yeah.
Oh boy.
I had these maple milkshakes one time in Vermont.
Oh,
Dude,
Lord.
that was, I like that you designed that, baby.
There we go.
I like that. And then you throw on the little tamper here.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
I don't have that.
And then you just turn this puppy on. And you just kind of tamp it. That's what this is for, right?
I'll take
Super
your word
easy.
for it.
Yeah, exactly. Amazing. Okay, this I want to lick. Yeah. And then take this off, and we just kind of start pouring this up. I've got a little bit of whipped cream, some cute straws. Now, you guys, real quick, on the actual pod, and by the way, you host the Seahawks, like in-game Seahawks. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so if you go to a game and there's a timeout or in between quarters and there's a little fan game happening on the field, I'm that person that's hosting that at the game.
That is so cool.
It's so fun.
I love that.
Thank
I love
you.
that. So, and then you guys also have the Carla Marie and Anthony show, which is that though. You guys are doing so much.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on. So tell us
Yeah.
about that show. Yeah.
So we went to Twitch. Basically what it is, it's our digital version of our old radio show.
You think radio was an old school thing. It's actually back in a big way with podcasts and Twitch and live streaming. And these are really the next generation.
Thank you.
You guys are awesome. All right, I got a little cherry on top. I'm going to give a quick toast to you, but then I have a little surprise. But I do want to toast to the future of just you guys reaching the next generation. You guys are so funny. You guys are just so out there. And I love that you have your relationship out there. You guys are just real. And I don't know, keep it light. And that's what we need, right? So cheers to these guys.
Cheers to you.
Season 1.
Seriously.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers.
Thanks. Oh.
That's delicious.
So typically we would end on a toast, but this young lady to my right turns 90 years old. Let's sing happy birthday to my nanny, and let's make a sweet memory right now. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear nanny. Happy birthday to you. We'll see you next time. We love you all. And keep making those sweet memories. Love you.
To check out all the recipes we made today and more, visit us at homemade.live. You'll find our free cooking class schedule where you can cook with me live in real time. I'll see you in the kitchen.
Funding for Homemade Live is made possible by
The American Diabetes Association has been here for more than 80 years.
But we don't want to exist.
We don't want diabetes to overtake us.
To rob us.
To break us.
So we're standing tall.
Rallying for affordable care.
Lifting up people in need.
And seeking a cure through research.
So we can help end diabetes for good.
Someday you won't need us.
Until then,
We fight.
Fourth and Heart Ghee Butter, a non-GMO lactose-free alternative to butter and cooking oils made from grass-fed and pasture-raised cows.
Woo!